Early momentum, Yankees strike first. The Yankees came out swinging early, looking sharp and confident at the plate. In the top of the second inning, Giancarlo Stanton, who had been mired in a mini slump, stepped into the box and delivered a much-needed spark. On a hanging slider, Stanton absolutely crushed a 430-foot solo home run to deep left center. The ball left the bat at over 110 miles per hour and landed halfway up the seats, giving the Yankees an early 1-0 lead and injecting life into their dugout. 2 innings later, the Bronx Bombers struck again. This time it was Austin Wells providing the fireworks. Facing a 1-1 count in the top of the fourth, Wells got a fastball up in the zone and didn't miss it, sending it soaring into the right field stands for a 2-run shot. Just like that, the Yankees extended their lead to 3-0, and the momentum was firmly in their favor. By the middle of the 5th inning, New York looked fully in control. Starter Will Warren was dealing on the mound, mixing his sinker and slider beautifully, keeping Astros hitters off balance. Through 5 innings, Warren allowed just 1 run on 4 hits while striking out 4. It was a poised performance from the young right-hander, and the Yankees appeared primed to roll. Astros punched back. Peña and Álvarez sparked the rally. But if there's one thing you know about the Houston Astros, it's that they never go quietly, especially at home. Down 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th, Jeremy Peña stepped to the plate and changed the entire tone of the game. Peña jumped all over a hanging changeup from Warren, launching it deep to left field for a solo home run. The crowd roared to life as Houston cut the deficit to 4-2, and suddenly the energy inside Minute Maid Park shifted. Then came Yordan Álvarez, who was locked in all night long. Already having collected a pair of hits, Álvarez delivered again in the 7th inning, lining a game-tying RBI single into right field to make it 4-4. Álvarez would finish the game with 4 hits, a dominant performance from one of the league's most feared sluggers, and his clutch swing in the 7th set the stage for the madness that unfolded just 1 inning later. The chaotic 8th inning. Astros explode. If you want to pinpoint the turning point of this game, it came in the bottom of the 8th inning. A frame that had everything from walks and wild pitches to clutch hits and controversial calls. With the score tied 4-4, the Astros loaded the bases against Yankees reliever Devin Williams, who struggled to find the zone. Facing Taylor Trammell with 1 out, Williams missed inside on a full-count pitch, forcing in the go-ahead run with a bases-loaded walk to make it 5-4 Houston. That brought the crowd to its feet, but the Astros weren't done. Up next was Peña again, and the shortstop delivered once more. Peña lined a sharp RBI single up the middle to make it 6-4 Astros, and the stadium erupted as Houston took its first lead of the night. Moments later, things completely unraveled for the Yankees. With runners on the corners, Williams committed a balk, allowing another run to score. On the very next pitch, he spiked a wild pitch to the backstop, letting yet another runner cross the plate. In the blink of an eye, Houston had hung a 4 spot in the 8th inning and seized an 8-4 lead. The Yankees, stunned and frustrated, suddenly found themselves on the brink of defeat. 9th inning drama, Bellinger's heroics come up short. But the Yankees weren't going down without a fight. In the top of the 9th, with 2 outs and 2 runners aboard, Cody Bellinger stepped to the plate against Astros closer Bryan Abreu. On the second pitch of the at-bat, Bellinger turned on a high fastball and crushed it deep to right field. The ball carried just over the wall for a 3-run home run, cutting Houston's lead to 8-7 and stunning the crowd into silence. Suddenly the tension was back. The Yankees, left for dead minutes earlier, were now 1 swing away from tying the game, but Abreu, to his credit, gathered himself after the blast. With the tying run on first and Jazz Chisholm Jr. at the plate, Abreu unleashed a perfectly placed slider on the outside corner, freezing Chisholm for a called third strike to end the game and secure the Astros' dramatic 8-7 victory. Key performances. This game had no shortage of stars. For the Yankees, Aaron Judge reached base twice and scored a run. Austin Wells drove in two with his homer, and Bellinger's late blast gave them a chance at an improbable comeback. For the Astros, Jeremy Peña was the hero, finishing with 2 hits, including the game-changing homer and clutch RBI single in the 8th. Yordan Álvarez put together a 4-hit night and delivered the tying run in the 7th, while Taylor Trammell's bases-loaded walk broke the deadlock in the 8th and set the stage for Houston's explosion. The bigger picture. This loss snapped the Yankees' 9-game road winning streak. T.O. What a night it was in Pittsburgh, where the Los Angeles Dodgers came into PNC Park looking to keep their momentum rolling in the National League West race, but instead, the Pirates flipped the script. In front of a loud home crowd, Pittsburgh shut out the Dodgers 3-0, powered by early home runs, airtight pitching, and flawless defense that kept Los Angeles frustrated all night long. The action started early, and it started with a bang. In the bottom of the first inning, Bryan Reynolds stepped into the box against Dodger starter Emmett Sheehan, who was making a surprise start after Shohei Ohtani was scratched due to illness. On a 2-1 fastball, Reynolds turned on it and sent it deep into right center field. A no-doubt blast that gave the Pirates an early 1-0 lead and immediately ignited the crowd. PNC Park was rocking, and that early energy set the tone for the night. In the very next inning, the Pirates struck again. This time it was Andrew McCutchen, the longtime Pittsburgh favorite, reminding everyone he's still got plenty of power in his bat. McCutchen crushed a solo home run to left field in the bottom of the second, extending the Pirates' lead to 2-0. 2 innings into the game, and the Dodgers were already in catch-up mode. Meanwhile, Emmett Sheehan, filling in for Ohtani, had a tough assignment against a patient Pirates lineup that forced him to work deep into counts. While he gave up those 2 solo shots early, Sheehan actually settled in nicely afterward, retiring 7 of the next 9 batters and keeping the Dodgers within striking distance. But here's the problem. Los Angeles simply could not get the big hit when they needed it. In the top of the 3rd, the Dodgers had their first real scoring opportunity. With 2 men on and 2 outs, Mookie Betts stepped to the plate, representing a chance to flip the momentum. But Pirates starter Braxton Ashcraft executed perfectly, freezing Betts on a breaking ball to end the threat and keep the shutout intact. From there, the game turned into a classic pitcher's duel through the middle innings. Michael Burrows came in for Pittsburgh in the 4th and immediately showed why manager Derek Shelton trusts him in these spots. Burrows mixed speeds beautifully, keeping the Dodgers off balance, inducing weak contact and recording 5 strikeouts in just 3 innings of work. The Dodgers had opportunities, including a bases-loaded chance in the 5th, but each time Pittsburgh's pitching slammed the door. The biggest missed opportunity came in the top of the 6th. The Dodgers had 2 on with 1 out and Shohei Ohtani at the plate looking to make something happen despite not pitching tonight. But Burrows painted the outside corner, getting Ohtani to ground sharply into a perfectly turned double play. Just like that, the inning was over and the Dodgers walked off the field shaking their heads, knowing they'd wasted another golden scoring chance. In the bottom of the 6th, the Pirates delivered what felt like the knockout punch. Joey Bart, who was red hot all night, lined a double into the left center gap, driving in Pittsburgh's 3rd run of the game. That RBI made it 3-0, and it was more than enough support for a Pirates pitching staff that was absolutely locked in. Defensively, Pittsburgh was just as sharp. The Pirates turned multiple double plays, including one in the 7th, that robbed the Dodgers of yet another rally. In the 8th, Bryan Reynolds made a sliding catch in the gap to take away extra bases from Andy Pages, drawing a roar from the home crowd and snuffing out any chance of late momentum for Los Angeles. The Dodgers tried to mount one last push in the ninth inning, but by then Pittsburgh had the perfect weapon ready: Dennis Santana. Tasked with shutting the door, Santana came in and delivered a masterclass in closing. He needed just 10 pitches to retire the side in order, recording his 13th save of the season and sealing the 3-0 shutout victory for the Pirates. For the Dodgers, it was a frustrating night all around. They recorded just 5 hits, 2 of them coming from Shohei Ohtani, but they couldn't cash in when it mattered most. Los Angeles stranded multiple runners in scoring position and went hitless in key moments, a tough pill to swallow for a team battling for NL West supremacy. For the Pirates, this win was about more than just 3 runs. It was a statement. Their offense got it done early with the long ball from Reynolds and McCutchen. Joey Bart added timely hitting in the middle innings, and the pitching staff combined for a 5-hit shutout that stifled one of the league's most dangerous lineups. With this win, Pittsburgh continues to claw back into the wild card race, while the Dodgers now face questions about their ability to consistently capitalize with runners on base. If anything, this game reminded everyone that in September baseball, every at-bat counts, and every mistake can swing a game. PNC Park was elect. It was a tense, drama-filled matchup at Guaranteed Rate Field last night as the New York Yankees fell to the Chicago White Sox by a final score of 3-2. This game had everything: early fireworks, highlight reel defense, clutch late-inning power, and post-season-like intensity that kept fans on edge until the very last pitch. The Yankees came in riding a hot streak, looking to extend their momentum and stay within striking distance of Toronto in the AL East. And they wasted no time setting the tone. In the top of the first inning, Aaron Judge stepped into the box and did what he's done all season, launching his 43rd home run of the year. A towering 429-foot shot to center field. It gave the Yankees an early 1-0 lead and tied him with the legendary Yogi Berra for 5th place on the Yankees' all-time home run list. Yankee fans erupted, feeling like it was going to be another dominant night. But the White Sox weren't going away quietly. In the bottom of the second, Will Robertson roped a double into the gap, scoring Curtis Mead and tying the game at 1-1. It was clear right then that Chicago was going to push back and make this game a battle. The Yankees answered in the 3rd inning, showing off more situational hitting. Judge doubled with 2 outs, and Cody Bellinger delivered a clutch RBI double to bring him home, putting New York back on top 2-1. At that point, the Yankees seemed in control, but momentum would keep swinging back and forth. In the 6th inning, Chicago's Colson Montgomery stepped up and crushed a 412-foot solo home run, his 15th homer in just 46 games as a rookie. That blast tied the game once again at 2-2.